Shit, yeah, thanks for checking back on the channel again, guys. Appreciate the support as always. Also, shout out to Heavenly Detailing, Autopro Kilkenny, and Carlo's Classic Muscle Cars for supporting Big Mal's World. Well, in this weather, it's a perfect time for me to spin the camera around and let's go take a look at the Gilbert Motor Museum here in Strathalbyn. Let's go take a look. Yeah, getting ready for day 2 motivation. And yeah, I've just ordered me Uber, so let's flick it around, take a look. Shit yeah.
Shit yeah.
How are you, mate?
The riders are waiting, man.
Yeah, it is. What do we call this? Uber Classic? So yeah, right here on High Street in Strathalbyn, South Australia, Gilbert Motor Museum. Let's go inside and take a look. So this is where you'll come, see the kind gentleman, pay you $10 and come around for a look. Awesome, let's go in. So coming through from the main office area, we'll come in and check it out. So I believe they set up until 5 years ago. It was actually a working garage, so that's pretty rad. Lots of different memorabilia and things on the wall. There's lots of cool old cars. A 1-cylinder 1907 Rover, wow. Wow, how impressive is that too? 1913 Rover. Lots of really, really old cool vintage cars. There's a lot of history in some of these old cars too. Amazing. Have a look at this. Just old packs of magazines and stuff. Car manuals. Oh, cool old racing VHS is playing by the looks of it. That's good. Not been in here, so first time, $10 entry fee. And yeah, well worth a look around. Have a look at this. Unbelievable. Winning events, so Adelaide to Melbourne record, Hobart Launceston Hobart record, Melbourne Sydney record, Auckland Wellington record. Wow. So not just here in Australia, but this car's been overseas and everything. A lot of cool history. And I'm sure if you want to take time to go through it all and read more, there'll be lots more cool interesting history on them. So come and check that out if you're in the area, and if you're not, make a trip here, why not? A couple of really cool places to see some old cars here in Strathalbyn, so not that far out of Adelaide if you're based in Adelaide. 1928 Buick Roadster. Old gangster looking mobile, isn't it? How cool the old luggage racks, and you got the old dicky seat in the back, and wow, look at this. It's like a really early MG or something. That is one, yeah. 1932. Huh. Oh, look at this. What I assume is the carby. What a rad old bike. And just history all over the walls, which is really cool to see. Look at that. $1930 Cadillac. Far out. Funny when I think of Cadillacs, I think of the, 60s and 70s sort of ones and stuff, but how cool is this? Got Biggie on the number plates, that's rad. That's awesome. Again, there'll be more history you could read up about these if you wanted to come and take a look yourself. I'm not going to do that for you, it'll show how illiterate I am. We don't want that. But yeah, wow. 1908. Check a little handbrake. Little pedal car, push car. Austin pedal cars. Oh well. Oh, look at the front of this. It's almost like the first iteration of putting some style and stuff into the front ends instead of just having these sort of square or whatever, but yeah. Wow, look at that. Little nose cone setup. Reach out, big old horn. Ah, cool. A lot of cool stuff, just everywhere you look. Yeah, awesome. Some chargers in this display case down here. And some like Australian motoring history as well with the Moffat Fords and stuff. Chargers. Awesome. That's good. All the Holden Legends posters. '50th anniversary stuff. Just so much cool stuff here. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Ferrari models. Old Castrol stuff. Cool old engine. 1920 Renault. Geez, have a look at that. That's a serious setup. Nice old FX over here. 48 215. First Holden ever built. Oh, rad. The old penny farthing. Take that for a cruise. Yeah, so much history and FX history on the Action Museum itself. So again, come here, read up on all that sort of stuff. Stuff like this here, found in Strath in 2019. Had house paint and brushed. And now, yeah, now in Queensland and restored. That's rad. Just a lot of cool, yeah, history and memorabilia and just, yeah, everything. Through to sort of the service department garage section. Have a look at here. Old school engine performance tester. Have a look at that. A serious bit of kit. All the test lights and stuff. Just old school. It'd be really cool to have like a tour guide tell you a bit more about this as you're going through it, I reckon. Especially someone who knows what they're talking about, which is not me. From garage to museum. So there you go. Full makeover. How cool is this pacer up here? Pretty rad. So yeah, front half that comes around from the shop entrance, spins around and goes through into the old workshop section. There's these old wood boxes and stuff. It's like it's not like an Aussie built land speed record car or something like that from memory. I don't know, maybe it wasn't, but that's what I'm believing it was. Choose to believe. Looks like a cutaway display of an old Cosworth engine. Old school Batman movie playing, because I believe they've recently just got in this Batmobile, so we'll go check that out in a minute. 1934 Schultz Ford Special. Oh, look at this over here. German-made teaching aid. The model shows the working of the mechanicals and was last used in the UK. Have a look at that. All like dash setup and stuff. Bloody hell, that's awesome. And look, just working out the whole wiring, you know, from the coil to the distributor to the spark plugs and everything. Ignition system completely on display. Old Holden hubcaps, Ford hubcaps, just so much cool stuff. MG Midget, Triumph. Just, you know, little doorways to history back in there. Just imagine all the cool stuff that this shop slash museum seen over the years. 1966 Gotham Roadster. Automatic transmission C6 power plant 460 V8 built on 1977 Lincoln Town Car chassis. Oh wow. So that's the Batmobile history there. Pretty crazy. That is cool. Mustang Mark 1. Just look at it. Oh wow. Australian built back in the day. 1900s. That's pretty cool history. It's hard to really get a good look at them, but yeah. Look at the little old tin model car back there. Charger. RT. Big tank example. Triple carbs. XYGT. Have a look at all the old history. Mobile fuel, mobile oil and fuel cans and stuff. Number plates, big old mobile sign. LJ GDR. What a cool car. Still sort of working my way from the front through to the back, just sort of going side to side, so a little bit hectic because there's a lot here to see, but that's cool. Corvette, Mark 1 Mustang, little Mini. Just not even back here with the golden fleece cans and tins and stuff. Just history, Australian history, and just history in general. Automotive history. EK wagon. Little Vespa for sale. Looks like fully restored or just in immaculate condition otherwise. Old Peter Brock signs. EJ Special. Old 202 over here on the stand. Extractors, twin carbs. Just did a real different sort of a chrome striping down the side of some of these EJs, sorry. I was same with like the chrome seal panel plate. Chrome, look like 12 slotters, or they're 8 slotters rather. 12 slotters with the Ford ones, I guess. Wow, looks like a really nice original HT Monaro. Look at that in a second. Just look at some of these old BSAs and Bruff Superior. That's got to be rare. Just so much to look at, it's probably hard for the camera to focus even. But yeah, just a little shelf there with antique bikes and stuff on them. Sidecar. How's the exhaust? This is like, yeah, this is like one of the American Chopper built a bike for Jay Leno back in the day. That was a Bruff Superior design. Yeah, wow. That's pretty impressive to see one of those in person all these years later after watching that on the show. Obviously it would be a very rare bike, so. 1969 Belarex 250cc, it's like a 3-wheeler or single wheel in the back. I'm guessing. Morgan 3-wheeler here. Full disclosure, I don't know much about any of this stuff. It's like way older than me, of course, and history, but yeah, definitely want to give you guys a look around for sure. And again, come along for yourself and read some of this stuff, the history here. I'm sure it'll be very intriguing to, like, you know, I can't focus on every sign for 5 minutes. It'll be a long ass video, but Just imagine. Trophies and stuff. Norton fuel tanks in on the shelf. Just now getting into like the speedway sidecars and speedway racer bikes and cars. And dirt track stuff. Oh wow, what the hell? Holden HR left-hand drive export. This car was built left-hand drive in 1967 at the Elizabeth Holden plant in Adelaide, South Australia. It was exported to Hawaii, USA and sold by General Motors dealers to a Mr. Bill Harding. Then he took the car to Washington. Far out, that's rad. Old export HR. And left-hand drive. Oh, it's this immaculate VC. VC Regal, that's a cool colour. Just the old HRT signs and Valvoline signs. But yeah, get a load of this Monaro. HT regular. Wow. Very rare regular Monaro. 253, 3 on the tree. One of 220 built in this combination. Wow, so it's almost like, yeah, like a whole nother base model version. That's cool. Pretty sure I've still got it at home, unless I've sold it. I had this Holden graveyard framed picture. I think one time I was selling it because I'm renting and I couldn't hang it up anywhere. It was just collecting dust, but maybe I still have it, can't remember. But yeah, really cool, have that exact same print. Cool Monaro mirror up there, that's awesome. Yeah, I wonder if I can't remember if I still have that now. Well, it looks like, I'm not sure where this leads to, but let's go take a look. Another little section here we can go into. Check out these old bench tools. Old drills and stuff, spray paint guns and... All right, let's have a look where we go. Just so many different levels and cool stuff going on everywhere. Almost like vintage go-karts and stuff. Oh, excuse me. State dirt kart titles were held in Strath. Oh wow. More old race bikes. Hondas and stuff, Ducatis. Far out. So how's this old Ducati? That's cute. World's longest taxi ride. The key points to Betsy's journey. After 2 years of planning for an idea that came to be 20 years earlier in 1968, and the journey finally commenced outside the Buckingham Palace in London in 1988 and ended up 6 weeks later at the Opera House in Sydney. Oh wow. Again, there's more info there. I'll have to come along and have a read, but how's that rig? I can't really get around there and have a good look, but that's cool. Ford commercial vehicle produced by a Ford in the UK. Cool old van. Just have a look at these old bikes and stuff. Far out. My camera work might be shonky because I'm actually just enjoying what I'm looking at myself. So I wonder if I've seen this thing out at a show or something, or it reminds me of something I did see at a show not that long ago, but with the Indian on the back, but maybe I didn't. Even that sign makes me think I've seen it somewhere. Maybe it was at your Dunder Show and Shine, or I don't know. Old mate rocking the helmet, safety first. Just made out of leather. Just a killer looking old GMC. I feel like maybe it was even a coffee and chrome at Mile End. Again, I could be wrong, but BP fuel Bowser. Look at these old presses and lathes and stuff. I don't even know what the solid state analyzer is. It's like an early car tester of some sort. Fault tester, almost. And then yeah, tucked back in the part of the garage back here, some more old classics and rare cars. Look at this, never even heard of it. Barn carport find. West Germany, from 58 to 73. Huh. And just some old Fords and stuff, Model Ts or something. That's cool, the old Champion sign. It's actually like styrofoam, the lettering and stuff. Malala Motorsport Park. Holden 161 engine, full pulled apart so you can get an idea, like starter motor, intakes. You can see like in your valves and stuff. Your piston, top of your piston, your valve, your rings and conrods and stuff. That's awesome. Inside the alternator. Inside the water pump. Oops, not sure my camera's going to do its thing, but inside the thermostat housing. That's pretty cool. Looks like the Aussie 4-speed. It says Opel gearbox, but yeah, looks like the old Aussie 4-speed. Might be the same thing, don't know. Couple more outside out here. A bit rainy though, so I may not go that far down for a look, but it looks like there's there toilet facilities and stuff. Oh, more this way, damn it. I'm gonna have to wait for the shower to pass so I can go check that out. Very, very impressive for $10. Absolutely awesome. So much cool stuff to see right here in Strathalbyn, South Australia. So you definitely need to come and check it out if you're in the area, or just, like I said, take a day trip. Some other stuff you can see around the area on the way, so not gonna be disappointed. Yeah, very cool. Shit, yeah. All right, let's do it while it's only mildly showering. A couple of cool old cars and trucks. Got the Suzuki Yard Art. I'm not sure, maybe it goes down in here as well. Looks like cool things tucked in here, there and everywhere. Wow. Oh yeah, this actually leads back into the same spot, does it? That's cool. Some old bicycles and stuff. Pretty cool. Oh. Oh yeah, it does. So this is one of them other doorways through that I was sort of looking at from back in there, not realising you could come through here later on. But so this is like the motoring library. Wow, that's cool. Can we really get a good look and do some research on certain old cars and bikes and things like that if you're needing to be in the know. That's pretty cool to have something like that here. Never would have even thought of something like that, to be honest. So that's awesome. There's old modern motor encyclopedias. Wow, that's a really cool idea. Hopefully, oops, didn't mean to do that. But yeah, hopefully you can get a bit of a look around anyway. Yeah, well, and like I said, come and have a look for yourself, get a better look in person, of course. At least you know what to expect. More to see outside. Oh yeah, toilet blocks in there. I think there must be something up around the other side here. We'll go and have a look. Another shed out here. All right. Just some more super old, rare and classic cars, trucks, fuel bowsers. 1906 White Steamer. Manufactured by the White Sewing Machine Company in Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Wow, that's pretty cool being over here. Zeta, 1963. An old Dart Go-Go mobile. Just again, the whole place is littered with history. Awesome. Old school tractor. Wow. All right guys, well, that's going to wrap it up from my look around at the Gilbert Motor Museum. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, go ahead, give it a like, put it in the comments something about the video that you really liked or something about the museum that you liked. Also come and check the museum out for yourself. And as always, thanks for watching and living in Big Mou's world. Shit yeah.